DIY.
DIYers, DIYers, welcome in, welcome in, welcome in. I got a special guest here. And I just want to say, first and foremost, thank you for choosing to join me on this, not me forgetting the name of the day, the Wednesday. I've been running around here like crazy, trying to make sure that everything is on point. But you already know how those days go. It's going to eventually work out. And I am joined here today by a special guest. I've been planning this. I've been talking about this. I got Nilla in the building one time. Today I'm finna brag on my friend. Real quick. First and foremost, turn this music down real quick. Nilla, how you doing?
Doing amazing. Thank you so much for having me.
Of course. You know, we've been trying to make this happen for some time, but you know, you the new age Carmen Sandiego. You everywhere. You are everywhere, and I don't say that as an exaggeration. Like, you know, let me just kind of start with my introduction to you. I'm late to the Nilla party, right? I felt like I've heard your music way before I actually knew the brand and knew you personally. But it wasn't until, shout out to my guy Richie, he was having a photo shoot for his brand, More Gems, More Wins. Richie used to shoot these Curspiration videos way back in the day for some of y'all who are, you know, old school Curtiss King viewers. But I met Nilla, and I'm just introducing myself. Richie already gave me the, like, yo, I got somebody coming through. Like, she's big deal. She's really doing her thing. She's emerging. There's a lot of folks who are saying a lot of great things about her, and she's really on her business. I'm like, I'm honored to meet her. So I'm like, how you doing? I'm Curtiss King. You're like, I know who you are.
Wait a minute. Curtiss. Don't be acting brand new.
I promise it's not that. I promise. I just don't walk around thinking everybody know who I am. I just really think, like, you know, sometimes like you in a bubble, you don't never know which the experience is, what it is, especially because we in LA too. And I'm not saying anything about you, but I'm like, we in LA. I'm like, how many times you introduce yourself by the same name and they was like, who are you again?
Facts. No, I don't be acting brand new. I'm not stuck up LA. I'm not stuck up LA.
Come on. What? And I'm not saying like that was the interpretation. I'm just saying I just go in with expectations. I didn't have people call me rappers that was standing right next to me. Right. And I'm like, he's right there. That's not me. I'm Curtiss King, not Cassius King. He's right. Cassius Green is right. Anyways, I say all that to say
I just have to say, when I seen you on that couch, it's crazy because it brought me back to college. Like, I remember when I was first getting into music and stuff like that. First thing, you know, I'm a college girl. I do my research. So I looked up, like, how do I get my music on streaming platforms? Like, I always had a mindset of forget the labels, because if you got to depend on somebody, then that's when they control you. So I looked up, how do I put my own music on platforms? And Curtiss King is the first gentleman who came up on my algorithm, and I was in a rabbit hole. Right. So me walking into that shoot, I'm like, hold on. He taught me everything I know.
I've seen you before. And the irony of it is I'm also the same person getting people to get away from streaming. So we're going to talk about that.
Right. That's why I listened. I said, wait, hold on. Curtiss removed his stuff from streaming. Okay, wait, now we got to go back to the drawing board because what we doing?
Look, today ain't about Curtiss. They already been here. They get enough Curtiss on 365. Today about Nilla. And I got to just say, like, okay, so my introduction was that photo shoot. You were kind of telling me some of the things that you're doing, some things that you and your team are doing. And I'm like, it's okay, so let me go ahead and experience. So after we left the shoot, I started doing my research. And the first thing I got to say that popped out is that, first of all, the music is A1. The music sounds incredible. One time for that one.
Somebody gonna have to tell the truth, and I'm gonna tell it.
Two, the social media content, like you competing in two different categories at a very high level, first and foremost. And so when I saw that immediately, I was like, you don't often see that. It's like you see somebody who's great at content creation and the music is like, that's nice, but you are elite on both levels. So first of all, that was my introduction, but please give these folks a proper introduction of kind of all the things that you do, who you are, and we'll get into this.
Absolutely. Oh my gosh, where do I start? Okay, well, I'm Nilla Allin. I'm from Inglewood, LA girl, born and raised. And I mean, you know, college is really when I started to get back into that creative side of me, because college was like real stressful for me and I needed a creative outlet. So that's when I started getting into more writing. I've been writing since I was a kid, but college is when I was really like, okay, school is too much. I need to lean into my creativity just as an outlet, you know, to do me. And music was one of my creative outlets, along with content creation. I was on YouTube, blogging, and I actually built a pretty good following in college. Me and my friends were we were blogging like the college experience and stuff. But I always had my hands in different things and I always wanted to do it all. And my biggest thing was other people trying to put me in a box. Well, if you're gonna be a rapper, you have to rap and just rap. Well, if you want to be an influencer, you have to create content and just create content. And it was me, you know, just getting to learn myself to be able to believe like, okay, maybe you maybe you know, if it was you, then you would have to do one thing. But one thing that I know about me is that I'm multifaceted. I love to do it all. And I'm just gonna do what feels good, you know? So yeah, I do. I create, I'm an entertainer, period. So I'm an entertainer. That entertainment, you'll see it in the YouTube blogs, you'll see it in skits, you'll see it in music. But I really just use my platform to be me. And, you know, whoever connects with me, the individual, that's what I want. Because then they'll follow the music, they'll follow the comedy, they'll follow everything else because they're a supporter of me. You know?
You got to chill dropping the gems this early. You have to chill. Like, usually I have like a 10-minute, you got to chill on they got to get to know you. You can't come in here offering all that value. You got to chill.
All that juice, huh?
You can't do all that. Look at, they already asking. Zango7 said, hey, ask her what the braids. That dorky review said, hey, what the F? I was just watching booty braids. I bet you was, dorky review.
Booty braids. No, let me tell Curtis, I was working out in my gym this morning.
Yeah.
I kid you not. I'm on the phone with my trainer. And this, someone goes, excuse me. I'm like, who interrupted my workout? He's like, where's the braids? I'm like,
come
you
on.
know me.
Come on. Look, and see, but I think that's something that a lot of artists don't recognize is that when you create an experience that is so multifaceted as you've done, people will latch on to things and they'll be reminded of you, which can put them in a rabbit hole that's reminded of the music that you have going on. I used to have this thing, real quick. I had this thing where I hate Arrowhead water. Oh, with a passion. It tastes what I imagine a handful of coins taste like. If you just put that's what it tastes like.
It don't taste like regular water. It don't. It tastes like tap water.
And they're going to try to tell me, oh, that's because it's the healthy kind. No, that's not what that is. It's copper. That's copper juice. Anyways, I said that one time in a video and it went viral and people kept saying, every time they saw a bottle of Arrowhead, they tagged me in it. And I said, is this the purpose of content? So I say that to segue. What college were you going to first and foremost?
I was at UC San Diego.
UC San Diego.
And let me be clear. University of California, San Diego. A lot of people think that it's San Diego State, and they're like, "Oh, you went to SDSU. You have the party school." And no. UC San Diego is a completely different school, completely different culture. Ain't no partying.
What?
Like they.
So I'm curious.
It was crazy. I had my first mental breakdown in college.
Oh wow, it was a lot of pressure being there. Huh? So let me ask you this: the mindset that you already had in terms of, you know, keeping yourself open to your options, was that something that you kind of already had in motion before you got into that college arena? Because I remember being in college, it forces you to be more open to different cultures, to different approaches. And, you know, I went to Orange Coast College, and that's what started my obsession with marketing. Had it not been for that, I don't know if I'd even be the marketing mind I am today. But I'm curious, like, how much was that already instilled before college, or how much did college contribute to that?
College definitely contributed, because yes, you're around so many different people, so many different backgrounds, and definitely kind of influences you and forces you to be open.
Sure.
Really too, like my mindset, I always wanted to be happy and successful.
Okay.
And I understood that, like, at any moment, you know, like God could nudge you in different directions, and I want to be open so that I can be nudged in a direction that's going to lead me to be both happy and successful. And I think a lot of people, they fall in love with the idea of something and they become attached to it, that, you know, other avenues could open and they won't even look that direction because they're so hyper focused on, you know, the rap career, or so hyper focused on whatever it is over here, you know. But I just, from the jump, I wanted it to be open because it's like, okay, well, let's say rap is the focus. If I could make hella good money being an influencer, I ain't saying no to a bag.
Come on,
I'm gonna get over here and sell some shit too. You know,
I feel the hell out of that. Hell yeah. I'm like, oh, y'all worried about selling stuff because of what? You wait a minute. Hold on. So wait a minute. You made it. Let me get this straight. If your rapping puts you in a position to get a sponsorship, that's cool. But if you create content to put yourself in a position to generate that income, then you a sellout? Make it make sense.
Yeah, please.
And it's always folks who never did no sponsorship to do that.
Right. No, facts. And the thing, it's like the way that I saw it also too, let me start off by saying, because a lot of people remember me when I was just an influencer, like music was something I did on the side, you know, but then, like I was influencer first. Like when I was in college, I was sneaking, you know, writing raps, and because I always saw it as like, you know, I'm from LA. Everybody and their mama drop music and make music, you know. So, like, you know, I was like, I'm creative, but it was kind of a little cringe for me starting off, you know. Why? So I kind of kept it raps. I guess like, okay, so in my head, you know, in my past, there's been a lot of like rappers trying to talk to me, and it just it was just so cringe. Like I always saw, you know, the SoundCloud rappers, especially when they have nothing else going on. Like, you know, there'll be a lot of SoundCloud rappers in the city who will be pushing their music for 6 years, and it, like, you know, at some point, you know, get a big boy job. You know what I mean? Like I kind of thought it was cringe.
Right. Not you getting not you getting harassed by down to the shoulder braids. Not you getting harassed by down to the shoulder braids SoundCloud rappers. Let me find out. Hold on, let me You see what I did there? That's called research, ladies and gentlemen. Go ahead. I'm sorry. Continue.
Yes, and let me tell you too, it was that, and also it was the fact of, okay, like when it came to female rappers, when it came to how they are portrayed in the media, I didn't resonate with that portrayal. So I kind of thought, you know, me as a college girl and a college student, and also liking rap, you know, I'm around a whole bunch of people, you know, we're trying to be engineers and doctors and lawyers. For me, you know, to say, oh yeah, I rap, or I'm a rapper, people looking at me like, girl, so you finna be busting it open? You know, they look at the other female rappers, and I didn't like being judged, like having that judgment on me. Sure. You know, when I was in college, because I already knew, you know, people would say, oh, what do you want to do? Or what do you do? Oh, I rap. Even till this day, I said, and people always be like, are you a singer? And I'll be like, no, I rap. And they'll be like, you know, you could look the look on their face.
Yeah, you see the energy shift.
You could see the energy shift.
I lied on the interview one time, because he was like, I said I do music. He said, what kind of music you do? I was like, nah, I'm not gonna work at this bowling alley if I tell him I rap. I was like, I sing. He's like, what kind of music? I said, I couldn't think of nothing. I said, Motown. Lied my ass off, and I didn't get that job neither. He was like, oh no, I ain't hiring you. You lying your ass off with them tattoos. You doing Motown music. But go ahead. I'm sorry. I don't mean to run.
No, that's funny.
It'd be like that though. It'd be like that when you tell people that you rap. Yeah.
It literally be like that. It'd be like that. So I kind of, I thought it was cringe, and I was like, people are gonna judge me. And yeah, I was also, you gotta understand, I'm in clubs. You know, I'm holding leadership roles in different organizations on campus. So, you know, I'm a completely different person. Like at this point, I'm Hannah Montana, you know, because I do my thing on social media and I rap low key. But then also, like when I come on campus, you'll see me in my business professional. I'm, you know, hosting events. So it was just a completely different era of my life. And I thought the two lifestyles didn't go together. But going back to the content side of things, I did start on YouTube. I had a YouTube channel with me and my two best friends in college, and it was called BTK Beauty. So we did videos around college life and we would vlog our experience. We did like cute, fun videos. And then we got our first sponsorship. And mind you, like when it came to the influencing, these are items that I already use, you know, products that I already use already. So I didn't see it as anything. I'm just like, dang, I could get money for just showing off what I already use. Like, hell yeah. You know what I'm saying? So once the content kind of opened my eyes to, oh shoot, this could lead to paid opportunities, then I was like, I'm gonna keep doing the content. And it's crazy because I remember like literally like 2019, I want to say 2019, I went through this period and I was like, okay, well, I'm making music now. 2020 is really when I started getting serious because college was a lot. So I was like, once I get done with college and graduate, then I'll start getting hard. You know, I'll start dropping music, going hard in the paint when it comes to music. I need to finish this college shit first, you know? So graduated from college. Now I'm dropping music, but people are so used to the content that, you know, the music is good, but, and of course it'll get reposts and it'll get likes and shares. But I was like, you know, I can't wait till I'm at the point where my music is actually superseding the entertainment. You know, because like I said, like before it was my comedy skits that were going viral, and like people knew me from comedy and content and BTK beauty, but I was like, I can't wait till I'm known for music. And it's wild how, like, I mean, now everything's kind of going up, but it's just crazy how I finally reached that goal, you know?
And I applaud you for not making it an either or, like you made it an and situation, because it's like, I think what people don't understand, and we have so much in common in this, and that we're creatives first, right? I used to have a manager named Salas, and he told me, he said, stop saying you're just a rapper, you're just a producer. He's like, you're a creative. And when you start thinking of it, you're thinking of like, oh, I am. So anything that I plan on doing is me using my creative energy. So by you making it an and, it leaves you open to opportunities where it's like, you might go viral because of a skit and then put your music in the background. Why in the hell would you not want to be the one that's the vehicle for that? As opposed to like, I don't know if you ever had to do like reach out yourself for like your music where you're working with the influencer and the headache that comes with getting them to do it on time and things like that. But if it's yours, it's yours. But I'm sorry, go ahead.
Well, let me tell you something. And this is another thing where I said, okay, well, I guess I'm gonna do it all. I remember, because I did go through that phase. I said, you know what, let me reach out to the influencers and woody woo. And now they talking about some $2,000 to post a woody woo. At that point, I said, fuck the music. I'm gonna be in the shit. You're telling me I can get $2,000 from a nigga to post his song and I can make my own music? We all in.
Yes.
I'm doing both of them. I'm gonna be my own influencer. I'm gonna, I have a platform. I will charge you $2K to put your shit on my platform.
As you should. Yeah. Look, that's how I felt when I especially coming out of a rap space where you see, like you said, they had a lot of rappers that were trying to talk to you. You see that it ain't too many streams of revenue for, at that time, probably for an independent rapper. And they're not even independent, they're just really up and coming. There's a difference between independent. I look at you as a true to life independent artist because you are leaving everything on the table and saying, okay, this is another stream of revenue that I need to dedicate energy to. This doing things through the vlogging, the way that you're highlighting areas and you're showing like like these are active decisions that you're making. With that said though, I remember when I when I started to just do YouTube and all of my peers was like, oh, that's the end of your career, bro. You can't do that, man. Like you should be out here. This is the height of your career. And then I got my first sponsorship. I said, you want to pay me for what? For talking? Wait, you want me to talk about something I'm already using for free? For how long? Probably like 10 minutes, huh? 30 seconds? I feel like I got away with something and kept. But with that said, like I think that there are a lot of folks who also, what I came to learn is that they don't want to see you outside of the box they put you in because that puts pressure on them to have to do something new. Hello. And let me tell you something. Let me tell you this, because there's 2 points that I wanted to say. Now, I would say a lot of things too. I think a lot of people, they kind of do things and kind of, just move without like, moving strategically. And I will say too, college has helped me and like restructure my brain to have a strategy and do things that's going to make sense and really actually get me to where I need to go rather than just doing things for the look of it. And right out of college, I was working for an engineering company. So I graduated 2020. So I'm hired at an engineering company from 2020 to 2022.
2022 is when I left my job. And I just remember, number one, I wanted my freedom. I wanted my time. I wanted to be creative. I was so drained, physically, emotionally, and mentally from my job that I had no energy to be creative, you know? So when I left my job and then I started creating my content, and then I'm listening to other people like, okay, well, if you're going to rap, then you need to only do this and, you know, woo. And I'm not going to lie and say that I didn't try it out, because I did. There was a time where I did only music and I tried to fit the rapper aesthetic and woo, blah, blah, blah. But again, I had to like be real myself. And it's like, why would I leave my job and get another job? That now I'm making music my job. When didn't I just say I don't want a job? So if my job is to just be and be creative, then it's like, I'm not forcing myself into an occupation. Like I didn't leave my job to be a rapper. I left my job to be a creative. And that's exactly what, you know, the point to your point. And also too, might I add, it's crazy because I've been able to get into spaces based on my content rather than just the music, because we got, you know, the music, there's gatekeepers of the industry.
Yes.
So a lot of, you know, if you're not doing what they want you to do, or, you know, signing the papers that they want you to sign, then you're not going to be in that door. But if there's so many other doors over here, and now it's gotten to the point where, mind you, I've declined 3 deals, but now I have labels reaching out, hiring me, you know, for content to make a TikTok to their artist stuff. So it's crazy how I'm still in these, you know, conversations. I'm still making money from a label.
Can I pause you for a second, real quick? Just can I get a second of your time?
Please.
Somebody gonna have
That's
to
it.
tell the truth, and I'm
That's
gonna
it.
tell it.
That's all I gotta say. That's all. You cooking. You're cooking right now, and I'm not gonna get in the way because I don't want to get hit with some grease because you cooking right now. Yes. Continue.
It's crazy. It's just, it blows my mind. It blows my mind where it's like, okay, so you still putting money in, you still paying a Nilla, but now I got my freedom. I could, you know, that's fine. I'll create the content for you. That's my job. You know, that's one of my jobs, but you don't own me. And I'm walking away with my creative control, my freedom, and my happiness. And that is what I left my 9 to 5 for.
Come on. Yeah, see, and we salute you, because I think a lot of people, especially after 2020, you know, they came to a crossroads. And I'm actually curious, my next question, in that how did 2020 kind of either help the point that you're at right now, or are sober things where you at? Because you're talking about an engineering job that started in 2020 up until 2022. Was there any moments during that time period that you kind of had? I know I had a shake-up moment, a few of them during that time period. What was that like for you?
It's so crazy because 2020 was literally, I think that's the year that got me to where I am now, because that's the year that I started to, I mean, everybody was bored. So that's when, you know, I was bored posting on TikTok. That's when TikTok started to go crazy. Mind you, let me tell you, when I was on Instagram, because this was around the time where I'm trying to fit the aesthetic of being a rapper, right? So I'm still at this engineering job. I'm working, though. I'm making money from my job to funnel into the music. So the money that I was getting from my 9 to 5 is the money I was used to make music videos, all of that. 2020 comes around. I'm still working. I'm caught COVID from my job twice.
From your job?
They still got me going.
What?
From my job. They still, yes, it's a government job. So we're essential workers.
Yeah.
So since, you know, I'm working for the government, they had me in the office, in them labs, and I was working. But now coming home, it was at that time where I still, like, you know, nobody's outside, nobody's really going out. So when it came to the weekends, I had a lot of free time. So that's when I really got on TikTok and was creating that content. TikTok started going up, like, maybe, I want to say I hopped on TikTok like the end of 2019, 2020, around there.
Good timing. That was good timing.
I just had time.
Yeah.
It was good timing. And since my page, that's what I was going to say. So since I'm trying to fit the whole aesthetic of being a rapper on Instagram and mind you, we didn't have reels. We didn't have IG reels.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm trying to fit, I'm just doing my pictures. I'm being cute like everybody else. I'm posting, what I think is, gonna do numbers just because I'm thinking I'm finna fit the aesthetic of a rapper. But I'm not growing. I'm not growing. I'm not being myself. Everybody's telling me this is what you have to do. This is what you have to post. This is how you have to get attention if you want to be an artist. I'm doing all of that, but I'm not growing and it's just not feeling good. So when I looked at TikTok going up, I said, oh my God, this is a video app. This is really my time to really, shit. Nobody follows me on TikTok. I ain't got no family on TikTok. I could use that as my personal video diary.
Hold on. You can't skip over that part. You can't skip over that part because that's a real thing. And people don't talk about that enough. When you got family on your platform, because you don't want to, what the last thing you want to hear about when you ain't seen family like the whole year as consistently as maybe you want to see them. The last thing you want to do is wait till Thanksgiving and it's like, I was on your Instagram the other day and I seen some things. I heard your song the other day and it's like, what you doing on my song, auntie? Why you listening why you got so many necklaces, auntie? Why you... What we doing? Like, why you all in my Instagram? But why was that a factor for you? Why was that a factor?
Yes, because so the TikTok, mind you, and it's a big thing because when you have like even friends and family on your page, and again, like let's say if you want to do something new, but you have a whole bunch of friends from elementary and middle school, it feels cringe for you to start acting different because it's like that those people knew a different version of you. Right. So a lot of times we want to stay at because we think it's cringe if we start trying new things. Like if I get on YouTube, people from high school and middle school gonna be,
she's a YouTuber now. She's a YouTuber, guys. Exactly. Everybody, she's trying something, and it's like, how dare me try something? How dare me evolve?
Thank you.
Yeah.
Literally. Yeah. So the TikTok was like a fresh thing. And mind you, we haven't had or for me personally, I haven't had like a video app since Vine. And I love videos, you know, but YouTube was always like, YouTube is a big, YouTube for the pros. And I'm on YouTube, but you got to do the editing, the thumbnails, the this and the that. Vine was a cute little 7 seconds. I used to go viral on Vine doing stupid shit. So now it's TikTok. And it's a cute little 15 seconds, a cute little 30 seconds, me just talking about shit real quick and woo-woo. And it feels like the Vine days again, because I'm using my personality. It feels good. It feels free. It feels fun. And everything is blowing up. And once I started, again, it was the same thing. Like once I just started hopping on social media, posting on TikTok, that's once you got the views and the followers, brands will start reaching out. And that's when you get the partnerships and the this and the that. So again, I was like, damn, okay. So I'm kind of continuing what I had going in college. I stopped, after I graduated from college, we stopped making videos. I did my engineering thing. I wasn't happy in my job. So why not lean back into this content, especially if there's, a way that I can monetize it. Let's dip back into that. And TikTok is what really did it for me. So TikTok changed my life. And that's really, TikTok is the reason why I was able to leave my job 2 years later. As soon as Instagram Reels came, Instagram said, we need to find all the hottest creators on TikTok and pay them to get on Instagram and start creating them reels. And that. Guess who was one of them star TikTok creators?
Hello, so hold on. Talk your shit. Yeah, I was over here, but I could be over here too if you need me, IG. Huh?
I sure will.
I love it. Yeah. Come on. And this is why I had to interview you, because I'm like, there's so many artists who I'm sure that a lot of folks will tell you how much of an inspiration you are just because of coming from Inglewood. First and foremost, there's a lot of folks who was like, and it's funny because I said the same thing to Storm. I'm like you remind me of my homegirls. Like you remind me of like folks I consider my sis. And so when I see y'all out there winning, I'm like, yup, exactly. And y'all got to deal with it. I love the fact that you prioritize also that you wanted to break a lot of the stereotypes that came associated with being, a female rapper in this space, because, one thing that can't be denied, in addition to Cat Williams saying this is the year of truth, this has been the year of women as well. This has been the year of women in terms of just winning on all professional levels, being able to redefine, especially you talk about in basketball and sports. I don't think I've ever watched as much women's basketball as I've been watching. Angel Reese is one of my favorites right now. So like I'm more in tune with a lot of things going on. And I think the same thing has happened already with the music as well, in that you have the women in this space who are delivering the things that folks have been asking the guys to, but they too busy not being rappers, they being rock stars, but we're gonna talk about another day. Braids down to the shoulders. Down
to the shoulder braids.
Okay, I'm done. I'm gonna leave them alone. Somebody mad at me right now, like, I like the interview, but I ain't like what you said there. That's okay. That's okay. But I think that you've done a great job in making sure like that you're showing other ways, other representation of our folks. How early was that a decision coming into it that it was like, you know, because that's not an easy monster to go up against. When you're talking about the music industry, like they have an expectation of you make this, and that's what you make, you tell you to make, and then when you break off, you break off. How early of a decision was that to kind of make sure you did the Nilla thing?
So, well, let me tell you, like I said, I never wanted to be a rapper. I never wanted to be a rapper. So I guess that's the easiest, not the easiest, but it was like that. Like, that's kind of like the main thing, because I think the labels, they manipulate the naive artists and will paint like, you know, this is a rapper, you know, the luxuries and the chains and the this and the that. So if you're attracted to that lifestyle, then they might get you. But with me, it's just like, I know that it's fluff. I mean, like I said, I come from LA. My dad knows rappers who are on Skid Row right now.
Jeez.
You know?
Yeah.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? And we talk about the founders, founders of hip hop. You know, like there's so many people who've been doing this, who've been in the music industry, and it hasn't got them anywhere but, you know, mental health issues. So just knowing that and being privy of it, I already like from jump had like, you know, my wall was up.
Yeah.
And my dad, he's been around. So as soon as he found out I was interested in even, you know, going that direction, we had a serious talk. And I was like, no, I feel you. Like, it's not that for me. You know, it's not that for me. And again, like, I've always just wanted to be, like I said, I wanted to be successful and I wanted to make money.
Right.
And I think that people have taken hip hop, people have kidnapped hip hop and made it.
I wish I had a YouTube channel dedicated to content like that. That's crazy. Yeah. Talk your shit, Nilla. Come on, let them know. Yeah.
You know, hip hop has been kidnapped. And since I do come from like a real, like my parents always pushed school. Like I said, I've been in the books. I have no problem reading, and you know, I mean, so when it comes to the contracts, I'm reading everything. When it comes to even let me do a quick Google search. How do labels work?
Yeah.
What exactly? You know what I'm saying?
What is the purpose of even having them? Yeah.
What's the purpose of even having them, especially when they're social media? And I've never been a fan of quick money, just because I know what comes fast goes faster. So it was so many things that I've been taught in my life that I was able to decipher when it comes from just like my family and the values and the principles. And I know that longevity in the game is going to take hard work. And I think a lot of people, like I said, the industry, they manipulate and they take who they could get. And if you are someone who gets blinded by the likes and the flashy things, then it's going to be easier to get you. But I always had discernment since a kid. You know, I've always been firm on what I want and what I don't. And if I see something in the contracts that I'm not fucking with, we're going to talk about it. And if you don't want to take it out, then okay, I don't.
What are we doing here? Yeah, what
are we doing here? Like, you, at the end of the day, like, the way that I think is like, you need me more than I'll ever need you.
Hello.
So, you know, I stand on my beliefs, and it's like, I know that I can get what I want. I think we're taught to, you know, we have to sacrifice things in order to get success. We have to sacrifice our happiness if we want to get what we want, sacrifice our freedom if we do. But we don't have to. No, I can have it all. I can have my happiness.
This ain't 2003. This ain't 2003. This ain't 1996. Like you are to me you are going to become the future of what is expected in this. And I'm not even sure if you see that yet, because you going all systems go. Is everything's green lit, like you going full force. But I believe that there's going to come a day where you are going to be the new standard. And I don't say that loosely. I don't say the new standard just for women in music. I mean for everyone who is coming up as an independent in music. That's the standard, because the same intensity that I see in your content is the same intensity that I see in your music. And that was something that was the because me, I'm about the music. Curtiss is if you know what I'm saying, if T-Pain could remake I'm in Love with a Stripper and simp for something, I'm gonna simp for music. That's me. I'm in love with some music. That's me. Okay, to a fault. People are like, you love it too much. I guess I do then. With that said, though, I see that same passion in what you're doing. Nobody becomes as great as you are at making music without having a passion that exists. So my question now to that is, what is sort of the origin of that passion? What drives you when it comes to this music? Because you're damn good at it.
Thank you. I would say really just being able to tell my own story through my own lens. And like, okay, so I grew up with very strict parents. And a lot of times, or there's just been a lot of times in my life where I feel like my side of the story isn't heard or wasn't heard. So when I actually started writing, it was back, like I said, oh my God, I've been writing since I was like 7. And when I say writing, I'm a writer. Like I used to write movie scripts. I used to write TV scripts. I would write poems, songs, raps. Like it wasn't just to rapping. I was so creative. And the creativity came out in different avenues and different aspects. But something, like I said, I really got into poetry. And then from the poetry, I don't know, it was just like this burning desire for rap specifically, like from the poetry, I kind of that's when I went into the rap. It was something about the melody, something about the flow, something about, that kind of just made me really gravitate towards putting it in a rhyme. Also, we can't deny that music, transcends all. Like, content's one thing, but when we talk about music, like, music unites from different cultures, different backgrounds, and it spreads like wildfire, which is why hip hop has been kidnapped. But that's the different story.
It's the times we're in, but I do believe it when I have a friend of mine, very talented MC, an artist named Stevie Crooks, and we've had many conversations about the renaissance that we feel like is happening, and it's been underway for quite some time. He called this last year, before any of this stuff popped off with a battle, before any of the light was being shone on the West. He was like, I believe a renaissance is coming. And that's been kind of my argument, and this is why I feel like you're such an exception to the rule, because you started in content first. I wish that more folks who started in that content space would approach music with the seriousness, the dedication, going through the hard knocks of it, going through those times where it's like, all right, I know right now my music is not what people are here for right now, but I know that I'm going to build on it, and they will. Because I'm looking at the chat right now. All the folks are talking about is how much your music is on repeat, right? You gotta open up your phone and mute it, but they in there loving on you in here. They in here, they in asking questions and all. So we gonna make sure we get some questions at some point. We want to respect your time, of course, but that's something I'm thinking about. Is like my biggest criticism when I started to see folks who were influencers in that space getting into music was like, please don't hit a lick on my love called hip hop. Like, please don't come in and hit a lick. Like, please take your time with it. So that's why I asked that question specifically. Do you want to speak on that?
Something.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, yes. So this is so funny. So first of all, I 1000% agree and feel where you're coming from. And I guess too, in the beginning, like I had such a love for music. That's why I didn't come straight out as a rapper. First, that's why I was doing it like underground, because honestly, it was just my creative outlet to write my story, write some, whatever, just see what type of cool shit I could come up with. But that's why I kind of, I didn't even, when I was doing the content thing, I was like, I'm not finna come out as fucking word. Like, this is just some shit I do because it's my therapy, you know?
Right.
But literally in high school, there were these boys who would rap, and they had different songs, and woo woo blah say blah, and they both had a crush on me, but they would send me their music.
It's neither here nor there. Just a little added bonus information, just in case you needed that.
But this is relevant because this is relevant because they thought they was doing something.
Oh,
you know, they thought,
okay.
they thought like, oh, I'm gonna impress. You know, I'm gonna impress. You know, with my music, and I would tell them first of all, no, you need to take this. That's not even how you start the verse, and you got the chorus. The chorus ain't even like I would give them. Oh,
you were A&R. You was A&R already.
Like, take this. You need to open it up with that bar that you got way down there, and the chorus needs to be more catchy. Take this bar from the verse, keep it at that 4 bars, and then you repeat that as the chorus. This is all over the place. You know, so they thought that they was trying to be cute. But I would give them a whole analysis, and then it took them to be like, you know what? You know, I kind of start, being known for just having an ear for music. So then other people would send me their stuff. And then it was a thing of, well, why don't you start making your own music? Since, you know so much and you telling everybody else how to make their music. Why don't you start writing your own?
You ever see that meme where it's like, they use it for many different memes, but it's like a couple they're in bed, but they're in their own separate beds at home. And then the one that says, what you think of the new song I sent you? And she's like, the snare is mid, your rap voice is terrible. Like all of that. You literally are the walking version of that meme, which is hilarious because I'm like, there's so many folks who will so many do, because I can speak for as men, who will receive it different when it comes from you. You know, I remember 50 Cent said it at one point. He was like, his goal when he first, blew up and he was like bigger, larger than life, was he wanted to be someone that the women fell in love with, but also their love influence, like the guys want to be like him because of they see all of this, this magnetizing kind of brand that he has. And it always stuck with me. And I'm like, to me, that always told me the power that women have in determining where music goes, determining the sound of music, determining where people are approaching music. And so as you start to see it shift now, I feel like, to me, especially when I do content, right, I start seeing a lot of women that come up and they say like, when y'all gonna start actually rapping again? Or when y'all gonna do this? And I'm like, that used to be the guys that were the ones that demand that kind of stuff, but because they in their rock star era, because they doing all this other stuff, here down to the braids down to the show, because they in that space, they don't even want to get into that. And I'm not criticizing nobody that make your alternative stuff, but what I'm saying is that I think we're approaching an era where people are demanding their music to be done by professionals. They want their content done by professionals. They want their movies done by professionals. They want, or if it's not the professionals, then it's people who do it professionally. I guess it's a weird way to say it, but like people who take it serious as a profession. There's a difference you see. There's a drive that you see. There's a dedication to a constant improvement. And I feel like no matter what you put your name and your brand on, I was watching a vlog. I'm like, how are you so great at everything? I was terrible at vlogs. I think I was. And then I see yours and I'm like,
I love it. You know what's so funny? I remember I was talking to my dad, and this was when I first started when I first did my first freestyle video, which is crazy because the first freestyle video I ever posted went viral. So I'm not gonna lie too, it was also the public telling me that I'm good that really upped my confidence to even make me, release music. If I was just if I was just dropping my shit and wasn't getting no interaction, no likes, people wasn't telling me this is good, I would not be dropping music right now. Wow. But it was, it was people telling me like, there's a lane for, like, we need this in the game, So I kind of, it was y'all, that I was like, okay, let me start releasing more music. But I remember I was talking to my dad and I was like, every influencer or every content creator that starts rapping, it flops. It's not, it's not good. People don't take it seriously. Woo, woo, woo. And he just straight up said, they ain't you. Why are you looking at them?
Hold on, this one for Pops. This one for Pops right there. Come on through, Pops. Hey, see, we all need somebody like that in our corner. Thank God it was Pops, because, that's very personal to hear from somebody that's that close to you. But we all need that at some point where it's like, damn, like for me, it was showing my age when I was on MySpace back in my day on MySpace, right?
Oh,
when
MySpace! I didn't make it to MySpace.
See,
I was on yes, no, I'm just kidding.
I was all on MySpace. It was me trying to figure out how to get higher in the charts on the music than Tila Tequila. Anyways, it was MySpace days, right? So I'm on I'm on MySpace, And I never forget, like, I'd never forget her name because she was one of the first ones that actually bought merch from me and showed that support publicly for what I'm doing. All it takes is that one person in your corner, and you'll keep making music for them. Michelle Lynn, I'll never forget. She was there, like she bought, like this is back before Catfish. What a name to Catfish, and I was like, what if you not even who you say? And then she took a photo next to a mug that I made with my logo. I said, somebody do care about my music.
See that feeling? It's that feeling.
Yeah.
Feeling that keeps you going. Yes.
Come on. So I eventually want to get to this conversation about streaming, but I do want to talk about, I see a lot of folks in here. Please tell me if I'm pronouncing this wrong. Support from the Wafers. What is? Am I saying Wafers? Is it not Wafers? Wafers? Okay. What is the Wafers? Put me on game.
Okay. So see now the Wafers, that's Nilla's fan base. So we got Nilla, Nilla Allin, and then we got Nilla's Wafers. And it's so funny.
No, you didn't. The dots are connecting now. That's crazy. Hey, the vanilla One time. Hey, somebody in here a Brandon genius, and it ain't me. That's crazy. Okay, so you got your Wafers. Okay, you know how long it took me to find DIYers? Damn it.
No, that's genius though. That's genius.
It only took me 20 years into my career to find it though.
Hey, and here I am, a proud DIYer. Okay, that's cool.
Come on. What? Okay, so the Wafers, like, how would you describe your support base? Like, what is from your vantage point? What is that?
Oh my gosh. See, and the Wafers are so real because people don't understand. And I'm about to speak some craziness. So, see, your fan base really should be a representation of you.
Sure.
So that's why I think it's funny when I see a lot of people who hate their fans or, going off on their fans or, whatever, because it's like, really, we're attracting people who are like us.
Hello.
And, and it's like, and the way that it's just, my fan base are so real because they're behind me, they're behind what I'm doing, but they're not just behind the music. So they're not going to get mad at me for posting a vlog. They're not going to get mad at me for posting a Japan travel guide because I just left Japan and, I want to put them on to some new places. These are really people that I would kick it with in real life. These are friends and family members through the screen who see what I'm doing and resonate with me and want to support me because they stand for what I'm doing and what I believe in. Mm-hmm. And I just think it's it's crazy and it's super dope to see the growth of the Wafers. Right. It actually started on Twitter because my homie Kyler Nathan, and he's an author and a poet, and he had posted I went viral for something. And I think, the headline was like Nilla something. I can't even remember what it was. It was so long ago. Mm-hmm. But he photoshopped me on a Wafers box. It said Nilla Wafers. He photoshopped me on a Wafers box, and the cookie that's on the box was my purse. He added a chain holder, and it was my purse. And it was like official.Nilla. And I said, Nilla's Wafers. And it was so funny. And people had ran with it. So they started calling themselves the Wafers.
Wow.
So, so we were like, okay, I was like, we running with it. But it's fun. The Wafers are so fun. They're lighthearted. They're carefree. And most importantly, they are all in.
And they're international. You come on, look, we gotta talk about that now because that was something as I went into, they got the Marvel universe. As I went into the Nilla universe, right? I'm not officially a Wafer yet. I don't know if can dudes be Wafers too? Can I be a Wafer too? Like, okay, just making sure. I'm making sure. I don't know.
You're in training.
I'm in training. Okay. I gotta go through proper protocol. Don't worry about me. All right. I'm learning. Anyway, so in this space, it blows my mind, especially when I see how many times you've left the country and you're doing your content thing as usual and you're like, oh my God, I didn't realize I had so many fans out here. Oh my God, I just went to Pluto and I just was like, I've never been to Pluto before. But I got all these fans out here, and they like, Nilla, oh my God. Can we talk about international Nilla? Because when I say Carmen Sandiego, I was alluding to this conversation. You have tapped into something, especially through the style of like and the thing is, what I love is that you get into these different cultures. Because I even saw where you went to, was it Japan that you went to, or was
I went to Japan. And then South Africa was a big one, and Bahamas was big.
First of all, how?
Because I did the song.
How? How? Can we talk about just how first before we get into the details of that? How are you going to these places, going viral, causing all of this craziness, and then you come back and you're like, they was playing me over in the radio stations in South Africa one time. All I was doing is just going out doing some content. It's like, what? What?
Let me tell you. Now, this is, because we could really talk about this. We could really talk about this. And this is like something, this is different. And I've never heard anybody even speak on this before, but it's crazy because it's like, mind you, I've always been a travel girl, right? So ever since I was 15, like I told my mom, I was like, maybe I was 14. So my mom, I was like, I don't want any more birthday parties. Like I'm trying to experience some different stuff. I'm trying to see the world.
At 14?
And my mom is a world traveler herself.
At 14, you said that?
14.
I just wanted some X. I just wanted some. So I just wanted a Wolverine from X-Men. That's all I wanted. I ain't want to travel or nothing. Oh, you different. Oh, you different. Continue. I'm sorry. You different.
Let me tell you, Look, I'm spoiled. Okay, I grew up pretty spoiled. So like 12 years old. My mom. No, it was 13 because this was me entering the teens. So 13, my mom got the private limo to the house, picked up me and like 7 friends, and we went to get our nails done and a facial and stuff. Like I've always been about experiences, you know. So, and my mom knows that. She's always knew that. I'm not really a party girl. I'm honestly not a party girl. So when it comes to the birthday, the one day that I do, have to really, I could do whatever I want.
Right.
Yeah, I want an experience, I want to travel. I want to do something different. I don't want to do like the average typical birthday dinner, like everybody else does. Like I really want to see something new. So I was always traveling. And my mom, 1000%, I mean, she was behind it. Now, mind you, I did not grow up rich or nothing like that, but I will say my mom made it look good, and she did what she had to do, and she was a hustler her damn self. So she did what she had to do, and a lot of my hustle mentality and that hard work just comes from my mom and how she was. But yeah, so I was already on a plane, 14, 15, got my passport, so we were my first time in the Bahamas was actually when I was 15. So that's why it's crazy how like I'm a whole celebrity over there now.
Wow.
But when I tell you, I've been traveling, and now since we have social media, back then I wasn't really doing the content stuff. I was still taking videos, but I wasn't posting because, I wasn't as prevalent on social media back at 16, 17, 15, whatever. So mind you, nothing that I'm doing is different. All I'm doing is now documenting and posting the content that I'm actually taking. But when it got to when I'm out in the Bahamas, or let's say I'm out in South Africa, right? So there was a conference going on. Actually, I'll tell y'all the reason why I went to South Africa. My mom had a conference out there, and she was taking me. She took me. She took my sister. I've always wanted to see South. I mean, shoot, if we got an opportunity to go to South Africa, hell yeah, I'm going to South Africa.
That's bucket list. So I for sure gotta get out there. Yeah.
Yes, and my parents taught me about that savings account, and I've been posting content since I was 17. So at this point, I'm making money. The content from the money from the content is kind of on autopilot.
Right.
So I got my savings. It's not like, I'm completely broke like I was in college.
Right.
So now I can, do certain things and join, family vacations and pay my own way and stuff. Praise be to God. But mind you, we're in South Africa and I'm just doing what's normal to me. I'm blogging, I'm creating my content. And you got to understand, like, these are other people on the other side of the screen, So when another South African sees me in South Africa, and then they go to my page and they see a blue check, they see millions of followers, and they see that I'm American, they're used to the celebrity that comes to South Africa, takes their pictures, go back to America. You never hear them engage with any community. They never talk directly to their audience, so I'm kind of doing something that's completely different from the average celebrity too, because they see me as an American celebrity. They don't know the difference of signed or not signed. They, if I got the same numbers as a Cardi B,
then
they gonna think I'm on, Cardi B. Yeah. This girl, she one of them. You know what I mean? So from their point of view, it's like, oh my gosh, like this girl, she's talking to us, she's making music about South Africa. I made a whole song called Futsek. And Futsek.
What does that stand for?
Yeah, so let me tell you what Futsek means. So I get to South Africa, I'm creating content. Content is going stupid viral because first of all, they laughing at me because they're like, okay, we got this American in South Africa. She don't know where she at. She don't know the weather. She don't know, like, they laughing at me, right? Like,
and you're like very open about the point I was gonna make earlier about when you went to Japan is that what I like is that you're not going to these places and like, you get streamers who get in these spaces and start disrespecting and like appropriating and all that. Like you be genuinely out here trying to figure it out. Like, what's that? Like they'll bring you a plate. You'd be like, I saw one of those videos. He was like, what's that? He was like, I ain't gonna lie to you. No disrespect to nobody, but that wasn't the most delicious thing I ever had. This was good. But like you're giving us like to me, I feel like that's what, for me at least, as a guy, Man versus Food was. All of these crazy places that I don't have any plans on going to are like, what's my guy's name? Guy Fieri. He would go to these places and it's like, that's the worst thing to watch when you're hungry, by the way. But you watching him go to these places and you're like, damn, that barbecue. Even when I was vegan, I was watching like, damn, them ribs look good. I might have to, wait a minute, I can't. But I'm sorry. You were saying that how getting in these spaces and just being open about your experiences, tagging these places that you're in is getting on the attention of other folks, and they're seeing the numbers that you're already putting up there. And is this getting you invitations to other places, and how's that working out?
Yes. So from there, and of course, mind you, like I talk to my audience. Guys, a lot. I don't put myself on a pedestal. Like I know a lot of artists, a lot of celebrities, even artists. There's a plenty of LA artists. I walk into a room, and I'm very welcoming. I go up, speak to people, and you'll have some people that they're acting like they don't know a Nilla.
I know you know. I know you probably damn near a wafer over there. Stop that. Stop it. You a secret wafer. Being a secret wafer is crazy. That's crazy. You need to chill out.
Literally, like you was just in the DMs. Don't act like you don't know nobody.
And wait. And it ain't like. Hold on. It ain't like you don't got 1.6 million followers on a TikTok and a 500 something thousand on YouTube. Like, I don't say it like this just about the numbers, but I say that like what you said earlier.
Let me tell you,
that's people behind the screen.
But guess what? In some spaces, it feels like, to me, it be feeling like it don't matter because if you don't have validation from the media, from the, whether it's people seek validation in the music industry from, Billboard, Grammy,
sure.
Shade Room, Hot New Hip Hop. So it's like there's so many different blogs that are pay to play, and if you're not paying to play or if you're not in the in that network, then people aren't going to see you, or validate you as an artist because it's like, oh well, but she ain't making movement for real because she ain't on no jumper, or she ain't on.
Let me play devil's advocate real quick, and this is gonna give you the ultimate props. How does it feel that you're gonna be part of the death of that? I said it. I said it. Nilla didn't say nothing. Don't you blackball Nilla from something. I'm just saying it as somebody who's been in this space long enough. How does it feel that they can't come to you and be like, look, if you want to be on this platform, you got to pay this. If you want to be on here, we need you to say this. We need you to do this. How about you come on as a tag team with this person and have a no. First of all, no. Like the homie Amon says, no. First of all, I can reach my audience. I don't need you as adjacent reach. I can reach them just being who I am any day, and I know I can do the numbers based upon what I'm already doing. So me being on your platform, I said this to you off the camera. I said, you being here is a blessing to me because I'm looking at this like we are all our own TV networks. CBS don't got to go talk to Fox, but but when you see something that's like an event, like a sports event or like the president's talking and it's on multiple channels, it's a big deal. And I think that's what we get to do in content is that when we come together like this, we have the opportunity to have conversations that, maybe your content cycle doesn't allow you to get to, but we get to be there. So, I'm going to just say you're going to be the death of these because it's like when folks realize that, wait a minute, Nilla says she did this in this window of time. wait a minute, I talk about different things. Why can't I do this? And that's not to belittle what you've done, because obviously what you're doing is so unique that it's only you who could be Nilla. But I think that you are representing an avatar.
Anybody can do what I'm doing.
Hell no.
When I see it, I feel like anybody can do what I'm doing.
I ain't never seen everybody on a billboard. Hold on. I ain't never seen everybody on a bill. Not you. Hold on. Not you on a billboard while you rapping a verse in public. Got the microphone coming from the secret heavens, the air microphone come from. Shout out to my guy Niles. And then you got a billboard in the background. That ain't no everybody type of accomplishments, but I get what you're saying though, and that that's kind of crazy. Yeah. That don't happen every day.
But you know what though? I will say, you know why not the average? Because I would say also not the average person can believe that they can. And a lot of the things, what we do and what we accomplish come from our beliefs. So a lot of it too, like I have high confidence, high self-esteem, and I know I could do that. I truly believe that I could. So I did. And I think that also too, we got to have more people believing in themselves and in their abilities. That part. And
I think this is a great segue, because unless there was more things that you wanted to say, like, maybe what advice would you have for artists that are in a space where, you know, they want to take advantage not of being in a different place, but they want to document. But I think a lot of artists they're nervous about, I've got to talk like this and I've got to get the right angle, and it's not fair because I'm a male rapper with braids down to the shoulders. I'm a male rapper and I don't really look all that good. And like I can't just get on there and smile and people be all happy that I'm there. Like, you don't feel me? Like what I'm supposed to do when I go to Texas, what I'm supposed to do when I go to New York. I can't do this. What advice would you give to someone who really feels like the odds are stacked up against them when it comes to content creation?
I would say, number one, always do what feels good. Do what feels good to you. And I think we let our thoughts and our ego get in the way of us sometimes, and just realize that you're only holding yourself back because at the end of the day, everybody is online making music, creating content, woo, blah, say blah. And we got to be able to, everything comes with practice. Sure. So I had to get through those cringy videos to make it to the point I am now. Right. So don't beat yourself up about perfection and this and lighting, because 9 times out of 10, like, we're in the age where that content's going to do better because everything is doctored up and perfect. And people are tired of the average influencer content of perfect perfection and lighting. Get on there and talk your shit.
Somebody gonna have to tell the truth, and I'm gonna tell it.
And find your people and your community, because I think people are too caught up in looking like a rapper or doing this and looking like that. No, there's another person on the other side of that screen, and they don't give a fuck about what you got going on. So you got to make them give a fuck. So how are you going to do that? I always think, like, when it comes to my content, I always think, okay, how does this serve the next person? Is it funny? Is it entertaining? Right. Does it add value? Is it educational? Is it fun? Because also too, everything is energy. So if you're putting out energy of, I'm not really, nobody's really,
I usually don't do this.
Not going to do it. But if you're just be
I usually don't do this, guys, but I was told by Nilla that I should do more content, and
nobody trying to hear that. What we doing? Come on, fam. Like, don't, like, that's, what? But I get it, and thank God for my guy Richie, because I mean that when I say, like, he was my first introduction to YouTube. He was already doing YouTube. He was already doing the vlogs, and so when he came over to shoot my videos, it was less about him just shooting the videos and more so about him, like, he was really coming in there and telling me, like, nah, let's stop the video. I don't believe you. What you mean you don't believe me? I'm talking from the heart. He like, I don't believe you. He's like, do it again. And I'm like, okay, rappers and music producers. He like, stop doing it like that. And then he did this over and over every video. I didn't realize, and maybe he didn't to a certain degree, he was training me to be prepared, to think on my toes. He was training me to say, like, instead of trying to avoid that itch in your toe, just say you got an itch in your toe and proceed forward from there. And I feel like that's something that you do. You use the elements. I imagine that if you've ever done improv, you would be a professional from day one, because one of the first things of you did improv? How do I know that? How I be knowing? Come on.
Child actor.
Used to be a child. See, this is what I'm getting at. Like these are the things that could help somebody so much, and I appreciate you sharing that because it's like, I have my times where I'm like, yo, I am nervous doing this video right now, and I don't know why my voice sounds like this right now, but I'm here. Anyways, continuing on, people love that breaking of the wall, and I feel like you do that so well. Well, you said you were a child actress. What were you doing? What was you in as a child actress?
And when I tell you commercials, plays, fashion shows, pageants, I was on Corey in the House as a Sunshine Girl.
Stop.
I don't know if you remember that episode.
Somebody finna find that footage and bring it back. If you ain't even put it out yourself, somebody finna find that. Is this you? This you? They went to hit your Twitter with a this you? This you?
I was on Corey in the House.
Wow.
I was a little. The thing is, I was on track to be a Disney kid, but it was one audition that went sour for me, and I told my mom I don't want to do this no more. And also too, I was a schoolgirl. I liked school. I was taking a lot of time out of school. My mom was, I was leaving school early, and now I'm missing all the tea at school, dodgeball games.
Right.
I'm missing everything. So it's like I wanted to be a kid, and it's like I said, I had that one audition that went sour, and I was like, okay, I think I just want to be normal and be a kid, and I don't really like this acting thing because this doesn't make me feel good, and so I left the industry at a young age. But it's so funny how I found myself back in entertainment. Yeah,
but see, it's on your terms, and when I look at things like
it's on my terms,
it's on your terms, right? So when I look at things that are happening in that industry, you see all of these horrible stories that are coming out about the way that some of these kids were treated, mistreated and abused. I look at that and I'm like, when I was a kid, that it's funny. That's why I'm telling you, we got too much in common. When I was a kid, I saw Home Alone and I was like, hey, Pops, I want to be an actor. And he was like, no. I was like, what you mean no? He was like, you don't understand what that world is all about. And I was like, you just hating on me. You just hate. I didn't say that out loud because I didn't want to get no whooping. But I was like, okay. I'm gonna go cry. I'm gonna cry in the room. But then I think about it and I'm like, God, like that's to me that just shows how good God is, because there's certain places that I'm sure we've been protected from being in, that we had every skill set available to thrive in, but there's a reason why that wasn't the route that we were supposed to go.
Man, beautifully said. Literally that. And it's funny because my dad was telling me the same thing, even, from a kid when I was doing the acting thing. And one thing always, my parents was always there, start to finish at an audition. I wasn't going anywhere alone. And it's so crazy looking back, like now everything coming out and everything's being exposed. And it's like, I remember specifically thinking back to those auditions. And I remember like me not getting roles, and some other girls who would get the role when I know I killed that audition and I was better. But you look at, a lot of them didn't walk in with their parents. A lot of them didn't have parents around. A lot of them are going to their own, auditions because, mind you, we're 12, 13. But in the acting world, these kids are out here like adults with their resume, and, they going and they doing the role and leaving. And I just remember looking around like, where are people? I mean, I'm here with my mom. Where are other people's moms and other people's parents or whatever? But there are a lot of kids that are going in there alone. And even that is kind of a, just a little bit of a red flag for me looking back, where it's like, dang, I wonder, they probably was, choosing people who they knew was in a, that they could take more advantage of when it comes to these lead roles. But yeah, my dad definitely, he did not like it. Even when I was doing it, he was supportive, because my parents are always going to be supportive of what I want to do. And he was just like, you just got to make sure somebody goes with you. But it was funny, for me leaving the industry, he was very relieved. And then I come out of college talking about I want to rap. He's like, okay, it's time for another conversation.
Right. But once, and I look, that shout out to your parents, because that is such an important aspect of what we're doing, is that I think that's where you start to see the separation, and where some folks will fall, victim to certain temptations. Not to say any of us are above that, because we got parents involved, but it's like there's certain things that you're not able to use as much discernment because it's never been put on your shoulders to have that. And I think that when you have that example, as much as my pop was strict growing up, I'm glad he was that way, because I'm strict about that when I do business. I will be very stern. People used to say, I remember, never forget, I got in trouble because I was part of the kids at school. When I went to Curtiss Middle School in Carson, I was one of the kids that they had a substitute. I had a substitute teacher. That's where I got my name from. It's Curtiss Middle School, right? So like it's a substitute teacher that came in here, and he was he was there much longer than he was supposed to be, and he was getting like every day was something bad going on, and the word got back to my pops, and I had my head down and I'm laughing at something the homie said, and somebody said, "Hey, somebody invited Malcolm X in here," and I said, "Oh, that's my dad," because he looked like Malcolm X, and I looked up, he's walking in, I said, "Oh, duh." I mean. But seeing that helped me to understand, like, you know, sometimes having a healthy amount of fear or having that strict environment or whatever the case may be, we all got different dynamics. That also was a reason why now I demand more. And now as people see me who don't know Curtiss King and be like, "You look mean. I didn't know you was gonna be cool." But it's like you kind of have to maneuver that. And I imagine being a woman in this space, there's folks who gonna try you and think like, "Oh, this, and the third." So how important is that maneuvering around with that discernment and that confidence? And we kind of talked on that, but specifically to that, how important has that been for your career?
Oh my gosh, no, it's so important, that discernment. It is so important, and literally I remember having a conversation. Well, you know, because growing up, like I said, me too. I had strict parents, and I remember my dad saying, because we had gotten into a heated little argument way back, and I was a teenager, and he was like, "You know, one day you're gonna thank me. When you're an adult, you are gonna thank me and your mom for being strict."
Look at that! Look at that! Look at us now.
Thank you. Thank God.
I had to tell my pops when I became a dad, and I got married. I looked at my son. I said something a certain way, and I said, "Ooh, that's Keith." That's my dad's name. I was like, "Ooh." I said, "Ooh." I said, "That's why he did that." And I called him. I was like, "I'm sorry, Papa, because I didn't know you was going through all that stuff and you was stressed out. And I just thought you was strict." But it's like, you know, when you're doing it I'm a first child, so like when you're doing this for the first time, I can only imagine the pressure that comes along with that. And then also too, being black parents in this space too is just a lot. It's a lot of things that folks carry for sure.
Absolutely. And it's like, and again, same thing, you know, with me coming up with that upbringing now when it comes to the business. And that's the thing, I am a business woman. Yeah. And I think a lot of a lot of rappers aren't, you know, businessmen or businesswomen. So when it comes to I don't get wrapped up in the titles. Like, yes, I rap, yes, I make music, but I'm an entrepreneur.
Yeah.
First. I gotta give me that money.
Entrepreneur. Heavy on the near. I do a little different, a little near. The day that you and I do some kind of a skit is gonna be the worst day for the internet. It's a reason why all the powers that be have been like, "Nah, y'all, there's too many big personalities in the same space."
Yes. No, for sure. We're gonna collab, so we gotta do something for sure. But yeah, just, you know, being about that, you gotta be focused.
Sure.
And you gotta have that discernment. And it's like, it's crazy even being a woman in this space. And people asking, people wonder why I don't do a lot of collaborations. You know, people want to see me on songs, people want to hear Nilla on the verse on so and so and whoop da da da, but not knowing a lot of the behind the scenes. You know, you got to come correct, you got to come professional.
Hello.
Yeah.
Hello. Hold on, let me. I kind of felt like that was a sign, because how long you took you to say professional, I was like, no, that's a bomb moment. That's a emphasis.
Yeah, you caught that one. You caught that one.
On the position of professional. Yeah, no, it's. You caught that one. And unfortunately, I mean, you know, in rap space, and even us being out here in a major city like LA, that's not always the case. Even when you're dealing with folks that you are like, "Yo, you're on a professional level, I just know your business is gonna be on point." And then you meet folks, and then you realize, like, oh, that's really a personal, person-to-person choice to be professional. Moment of silence. There you go. I know that energy well, because there's been times where I was like, y'all do this at this level too? Ain't no way.
Ain't no freaking way. But you know why? You know why? Because now I'm really like you said, it's all on you. Mm-hmm. And I'm noticing that money really just amplifies who you are. So if you're a shitty ass individual and you get lucky and run into some money, you still gonna be shitty when you still gonna be shitty. You just shitty with money.
It's true. It's true. I had one of the greatest, because I went back to school. I was supposed to be going for music stuff at Orange Coast College because my mom saw an article and she was like, you need to go down to this school. They got music stuff. I was like, all right, I'll go for you, mama. Went to Orange Coast College and I ended up getting into these marketing classes, and I met a professor named Dennis Morgan, one of the best professors I ever had. And one thing, he dropped 2 gems for me. He said, marketing is how do you make your message the most clear to the people that need to hear it the most. That was the first one. Changed my whole mindset about what marketing is. And the second one is, he said, money is the magnifying glass to who we really are. I said, okay, it ain't Sunday, but the way you kind of driving these bombs. He said that, and I realized how many times I've done business with folks with a certain expectation that they had a dedication to the craft, a dedication to the work, a dedication to being consistent, being reliable, that I came with that they didn't share. And that's when I had to understand, like, people have different definitions even of what professionalism is, unfortunately.
Yep. Exactly. And it's like, it's crazy because nobody want to do business. Like, and it's crazy me seeing both sides, because I'm in the influencer, arena. So I get invited out to these brand parties and, and I bump, I bump elbows and rub elbows with, CEO of TikTok and, all these other different individuals. And I see how businesses run. And then I look at the music industry and I get invited to these, industry parties, networking, even, and really ain't nobody doing business.
They're too busy. This is my words, not yours. They're too busy worried about 1,000 bottles of baby oil and 1,000 bottles of Ube and AR-15s. And
Somebody gonna have to tell the truth.
I said it.
And you know what I know?
Nilla didn't say nothing. I said it.
You know what I know? I didn't say nothing.
I ain't ruining no
Nilla just co-signed.
The views of Curtiss King TV are only Curtiss King of Curtiss King. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I'm weak. This is hilarious.
I ain't said nothing.
No, but it's like, literally, they're not doing it. It's like a lot of the frolicking, because again, I'm having conversations with people, and when I'm at these influencer events and I'm networking, and and shit is coming from that. But there's been time and time again, I make it to these industry events. They got the red carpet. They taking pictures. I go in there. I'm trying to talk to people. Everybody's just there for the the looks, to go along, get around. They want content for their Instagram. I post content every single day. I do not need to be at this party to take a picture. And it's all, I can't do the looks and the wasting time. I don't even drink too. Everybody, the drinks, and I don't even drink. So it's
how do you maneuver that? Because when I was doing like a lot of, like, I had a fantastic PR at one point named Sade, and she had me at all of these BET events and red carpet events, and everywhere you go, like, part of the social experience, if it's not smoking, I don't smoke, it's drinking, and I'm not a heavy drinker. So, but my thing was like, if this means I'm gonna have a conversation with somebody that may possibly have some kind of influence upon my career, then it's like a social thing. But how do you kind of navigate that?
Honestly, I don't go out no more. Like, I don't go no more. I don't go. Yeah. And it's like these things, like, people will tell me, oh yeah, you're on the list for this, or I'll get stuff in my email.
You're like, no, thank you.
No, thank you. No, thank you.
Put somebody else on that list.
I'd rather sit on that balcony and smoke my little passy this way. I'm gonna roll me up. I know the feeling. And sit on that balcony. And because that more will come from that. Yeah. More enjoyment will come from that than putting on a whole fit. My heels. We gotta go everywhere in heels. My feet be hurting. They want me on this record. I don't know. No.
Look, I'm about to make an assumption, but I hope this is me, like, using my That's So Raven skills right now. All right, hold on. What was that moment that you realize you actually are losing money not being here creating content at home?
Somebody
gonna have to tell the truth, and I'm gonna tell it.
Now,
what was that moment that you was somewhere? It might have been a show. It might have been at an event. You was like, it's costing me money to be here looking for money opportunities.
Let me tell you this, Curtiss King. Let me tell you this. Let me tell you this, Mr. Curtiss King. How about this? So BET invites me out, right? BET invites me out. I'm finna do a whole booty do. They want me to perform. They put me on a flyer. I'm reposting the flyer to the Wafer.
Yeah.
How about this? They putting me on the flyer. They doing this. What blah say blah. They want me there like 4 hours before the event starts. Yeah, they wanted me there at like 10 a.m.
You want me to put chairs up? What am I doing here 4 hours before the event starts?
For sound check. So now check this out. So, but mind you, Nilla ain't getting paid for this. Most people, most of these events that you see, people ain't getting paid.
For them.
Yeah. This is just, for the show, for the whatever. I'm performing at BET, so-and-so, woody wood, blah, say blah. So I tell my people, I have people there showed up to see me perform.
Right.
When I tell you, Mr. Curtiss King, the whole event went on and I didn't touch the stage. And I was there till 10 a.m., no pay. My wafers then came out to see a Nilla perform. I didn't perform. I'm trying to figure out figuring out who to talk to. They done dismissed everybody for the event and I done been there all day. So what do? I go home, I create a story time video and I post on my platforms. We're going to make some money back from this time because now I'm finna get paid off this content from the story time since y'all had me fucked up all damn day. Yeah, we're going to tell that story on TikTok.
Oh, they messed with the wrong one that day. Oh, that day they messed with the wrong one. Oh my!
They messed with the wrong one that day.
Let me
I
tell
did
you.
a story time on TikTok.
Yeah.
That shit went viral.
Yeah.
And that was my pay for the day. Now I can sleep at night.
Look. What did Kendrick say? Stop playing with me before I turn you to a song. Stop playing. Nilla said, stop playing with me before I turn you to some content. It don't have the same ring, but it's got the same fear. I'll tell you that right now. It's got the same. It may not have the same ring. The syllables might not match up, but it got the same kind of fear.
Before I pop out and show Nilla.
Before I pop out and... Okay, look. Quick story, because as an independent artist for 20 years now, I have seen those kind of shows you're talking about where it's the ultimate promise. Like I had a show where it was some super big headliners, and the whole day I was there from beginning to end at this one venue. And those who are from the IE, you already know what show I'm talking about, right? It was a million artists on that bill because it was such a big headliner. And the whole day they kept telling me, you're up next after this person, you're up next person. And then 10 hours later, but look, check it out though. What you're talking about, I'm talking about doing this in probably 2013, 2012, 2011. Content wasn't what content is today. So I did this on accident just because I wanted a place to express myself. It wasn't really content creation of a title. I just made a video, I made a vlog because I was like, this is going to be dope to perform opening up for this artist. The whole day goes by and the video became me talking to a fan at the end of it where she was like, I traveled all the way from Arizona to come see you here in San Bernardino and you didn't perform. But she's like, it's dope that we get to go eat breakfast because we all went as a group. Like we went to go eat dinner at IHOP or something. Or it was breakfast but dinner. We went there to go eat and it was like that became my vlog that I did. Accidental vlog. I didn't even know how to vlog. I made that video. That video went crazy to the point where the owner of that venue was like, hey, Curtiss, I was watching some YouTube stuff. And I said, first of all, you know I have a YouTube? He says, oh, yes, I do, because I watched a video where that show didn't go according to plan. What happened there? I said, oh, that's the power of content. Even if I didn't recognize it, that's the power of content. Leverage instead of us, because and it's funny because not to be too long-winded, but I heard my guy Kato, the producer, was talking about artists who complain about content. He was like, do you understand there was a time period where we used to get kept out of these situations and we were deplatformed, and if somebody blackballed you out of a platform, out of a blog, good luck getting any kind of traction in the city and these shows. This with your platform gives you an opportunity to say, Nilla about to pop out here, I'm gonna do a show and I'm gonna pack it out and y'all gonna get merch and we're gonna have video content and I ain't got to get nobody else involved except for my team.
Hello.
Different times.
You know what? I'll do you one better.
Okay.
Because everybody, they loving the travel vlogs. People just want me to travel and host a meet and greet. They don't even want no concert from Manila.
Oh, you the new walkthrough now. Oh, are you going to evolve the walkthrough too? Okay, we doing walkthroughs now. Okay, we doing the walkthrough. That's a different kind of walkthrough. Because at least you ain't got to be in the club. Like, you know, rap. I'm not saying we ain't them kind of rappers, but you know rappers who like looking around and they like because I've seen the walkthrough. I've done my own walkthrough locally, and I was like, this is not fun because people are announcing that I'm in the building. I don't know who's in this building, and I don't know if they're going to follow me to my car. I don't know. And it's not funny, but like months later at that same club, that was my first time getting shot at coming from a club. Not me in particular, but the whole venue. Everybody was just, I hear bullets. I'm like, oh, yeah, I'm not coming back here. But with that said, that was me experiencing like, is this what a walkthrough looks like? The fact that you could do it this way makes sure that it's not a danger to what you're doing and what you're building, and then you're still able to get your daily content anyways. So salute.
And another thing, going back to why, you know, the wafers are unfuckwittable also.
Yeah.
Because it's like, I think a lot of people, you know, people just want fame, they want clout, they want, you know, but no, I want to attract a certain type of individual, you know, like I'm not going out to the party and trying to pass out flyers, become a wafer. Like, no, I'm standing on my own stage. I am the party. And the wafers are coming to me, and it's just going to be even more of a great, you know, support system and foundation, because these are people who really support my brand. It's not just like, you know, them being fed whatever, and then they're not going to buy the music. They're not going to buy the concert tickets. They're not going to buy the merch because they don't have a connection with you. You're just another face on, you know, on a billboard. But it's like, it's all the intentionality that's behind it too. And my intention isn't to get a lick from hip hop. It's not just to be famous, but it's actually to connect. And I think what people are seeing different is that, like, I'm using my social media platform as networking. I'm networking, you know, with you through my content. So it's like, I'm using my social media to actually network the same way I've been doing since college. You know, just because I'm a rapper don't mean I'm going to archive all my pictures and post my.
If I hold on, not you jumping in the party. If I piss somebody off because they had braids down to the show. You for sure pissed somebody off who thought they was hella mysterious. They was so mysterious. They came on their timeline. They was like, "What I'm finna do? I'm finna run this the little watch. Okay, all my shit gone."
Poof.
So you mean all that stuff that was attracting new people on a regular basis, helping you to build your business and put you in front of people, because the algorithms be algorithm, and you know this because you do content. It's certain pieces of content where you're like, oh, that was a dud. Maybe that's not gonna work out. And then 4 or 5 months later, because of whatever happens in that algorithm, it starts picking up, right? So it's like, what are we doing?
Content never dies. It never dies.
What do you mean when you say that? What do you mean when you say that content never dies? Can you elaborate a little bit more?
Like with the like, literally, there's, oh my gosh, I have a Japan video that I posted 7 months ago that is still going viral. It's upwards of 50 million views on YouTube Shorts, and it's still going. It's still going. People are coming to my YouTube channel looking at me in Italy, and they're like, aren't you still in Japan? No, baby, I posted that video 7 months ago. I promise you, I don't be wanting to bother you. Like, even about the thumbnail for this picture for this thumbnail, I was like, what if, like, you know, she coming off a plane right now? Like, what if, I don't know, like, maybe she got like a jetpack and she came back from Japan and like, cause you I think that is the pro and the con sometimes of social media, is that sometimes it doesn't give a realistic, you know, viewpoint of what your day-to-day is, but it does give a highlight reel that allows people to understand, if I come to you to do business, I better come correct, because this train ain't gonna stop for one person, right? I have to, this is an ongoing evolution of things that are happening. I think it makes people feel like, yo, I gotta really have my stuff together. Yes, exactly. And it's like, I remember I went on, it's funny because I went on I had an interview not too long ago, and they were asking, like, what made you, kind of like the same thing, what made you do different things rather than just sticking with rap or, you know, something that works. And it's like, at this point, I posted so many pieces of content that's gone viral. It's not like I've only gone viral for music. So I remember I posted my first travel vlog of me and my homegirls going to Puerto Rico. And that shit didn't get no views when I first posted it. But literally, when I say content never dies, a year later, Like now it's about to be at 200K views or something, you know, just because, you know, and mind you, it's crazy.
Hold on. Mind you, a light 200,000, because, you know, you got that 50 million out there. Just a light 200,000, like 200,000. You ever see diagrams where people show you what 200,000 people look like in a stadium? And then you realize, like, y'all don't know if you ever looked at it and get nervous, because then you be like, not, you know, not from a place of insecurity, but you're like, oh, what'd I say? Maybe that is insecurity. I'll be like, oh, what'd I say? Because now I realize how many people that is. When you look at that numbers on the screen, it's like, all right, 500,000 people watched this. I remember I got my first million on YouTube. You know what mine was? It wasn't for being an amazing personality and making amazing music like you do. No, mine was because I decided to self-snitch on myself for using FL Studio illegally. I was, that's the first meal, God? That's what we doing? God, why we doing this? God, I know you want to teach me a lesson. Me self-snitching, everybody know I use it. People like, oh yeah, you the guy that pirated FL. No, that's not what I'm known for. I did more things in my career, sir. But when you really think about how many people that represents, that's why I tell folks, what are you afraid to post because you think you're only going to get 50 likes? You can't fit 50 people in your studio where you made the song.
Facts. And you know what, even if it does flop, because people be so cringe about you know, their content and don't want nobody to see it unless it goes viral. But honestly, even if it does flop and they don't get that many views or interactions, well, you shouldn't feel embarrassed because nobody saw it. So leave it there, keep going.
I'm gonna use that one for myself. Cause it be days where I'm like, I worked my ass off on this piece of content. Maybe it's the time, and it's like, wait, well, low key nobody saw it either. So it's almost like it didn't happen.
Period.
One thing I want to ask you before we get into this conversation about streaming, how's your time looking like? I want to respect your time.
I'm good.
You good? Okay.
I'm just starving, but it's okay.
Okay, no, we don't need to have you starving. We don't need to have you starving because you didn't fed the people too good today. You fed everybody today.
So much fun.
We that ain't got to be the last time because we for sure. Hold on, when I said skit, these folks in here was like, oh no. Like they got nervous. They was like, that's gonna be a hell of a collaboration. That right there, I can't even think what y'all finna do because I be having I got like 8 rapper alternatives. I got Daryl. You be talking like this. Now I'm gonna have a new rapper. I'm gonna have with the dread because I got my. I don't know if you saw that video. My Keith Lee dreads. Somebody made I gotta send that to you. Somebody made a diss song about me for no reason. Just made a diss song randomly. He just assumed that I talked about him. And I said, first of all, I give you one response. Then he made another one. And I said, you know what? I'm finna do like Keith Lee. I'm finna do this. And I made a whole video as Keith Lee, as Kurt Lee. And I just reviewed his diss song. And he was like, that ain't funny. And it went viral. And I'm like, he thought he was gonna use me for free promo. Funny thing is, now I get to use him for free promo. I said, God is good. CurtissKing.com. I gotta send you that.
Oh my gosh, I literally. Okay, well, first of all,
got you.
No, let's give it up for the fact that we both have diss tracks.
Wait, you got this right? Tell me what. Hold on. Wait a minute. I'm gonna even throw this one in there. What you got a diss song? Why would somebody diss you? For what?
Curtis, I kid you not, and I did the same thing you did. I made it into content. So when I went to the Bahamas and went crazy viral in the Bahamas, there was a woman out there who, you know, people be jealous. But anyway, I did a Just Vibe challenge. I did a Just Vibe challenge over my song that I dropped, Just Vibe in the Bahamas, and it was rappers rapping over the beat. Mm-hmm. She didn't even join the challenge. She gave me a whole diss track over some of the beat, and it was the funniest shit in the world. A Bahamian, yeah, she's in the Bahamas. She's in the Bahamas, and I sat up my camera and I said, "We're gonna review this. We're gonna review it because now you're the content. Now you're the content." I literally did the same thing.
You better leave these folks alone that can make as great quality content as they do music. You gotta leave them folks alone. I'm telling you, that's why I say, look, I'm older, so like, I won't be able to enjoy this evolution the way you are, because you're going to be the new evolution of what this look like. Y'all, those of you that just rap and that's all you do, and you turn the camera on and that's all you do, the Nillas of the world are so dangerous because she going to be funnier than you. She going to talk to more people than you. And that whole that mentality that people have of like, well, I don't care, like bad press is still good press. It's like, no, because now you're going to be remembered for the amazing content that Nilla made, not because of what nobody is going to go buy your stuff because Nilla diss you. They're going to listen to it, but that's all they're going to listen to. You're not going to build a fan base off of this moment.
Facts. Exactly.
You got to do the work. Come on now.
Exactly.
All right, so I wanted to get to this video. This what made me hit you up because I'm already look. I'm going through my Wafer protocol. I read through the documents, right? I'm like making sure that I understand all the terms. Okay, I can't do this. I can do this. Okay, cool. I'm getting there. Then I see this video, and either you tag me or somebody else tag me in it. You tag me, okay? And I saw, and I was like, all right, I'm already tapped in. But now, I even left a comment. I said, let's go, Nilla. I said, would love to have you on the platform soon to discuss your move. I guess dreams come true.
Somebody gonna have to tell the truth, and I'm gonna tell it.
I guess they come true. This video right here, you said some things about what's happening with your streaming situation. I'm going to just go ahead and play this, and I'm going to let you kind of give some more context, if that's cool.
Just vibe, and it's not on there. Like, it would not let me play it. Nilla, what's going on, boo? Like, we trying to go to the Bahamas and get some passy, and it's
Girl, let me tell you what's going on. Motherfuckers got me fucked up. That's what's going on.
I have been having problems with distribution for the past year and a half. I got all these different companies, different corporations making claims on my music. Every time I post a YouTube video, they telling me I can't monetize because I don't own the music. What the fuck you talking, bitch? This my song. I gotta fight with YouTube every time I put my music in my video.
Come on now.
I never had these problems with DistroKid. When I was distributing my own shit, I never had these problems. But everybody around me convinced me to think that I need something more than DistroKid because I'm growing and now I need a big label and distribution to help me. Everything that I didn't distribute through DistroKid is gone off of Spotify. I'm getting all these emails from YouTube talking about this, saying, yo, music. Girl, they trying to claim booty braids. Bitch, what you talking about? It ain't my music. And it's crazy because I've been thinking about removing all my music from streaming platforms, especially after I seen Curtiss King's video.
Hello. Somebody's gonna have to tell it.
Somebody gonna have to tell the truth, and I'm gonna tell it.
I don't know why I stopped there, but I had to just go ahead and acknowledge that.
On how he removed all his shit from streaming platforms. I said, you know what? Maybe I want to do that. These companies don't be paying a Nilla shit anyway. Everybody trying to get paid off of Nilla.
Did you say a Nilla shit?
They trying to get paid off of a Nilla shit, and Nilla ain't even getting paid off of Nilla. They got a Nilla fucked up, is what they do.
They do. They Nillas ain't wafering. They for sure ain't wafering.
Not wafering.
Ain't wafering.
A Nilla ain't even getting paid off of Nilla. I said I'm gonna pray about it because Spotify don't pay me shit anyways. I got millions of streams, and I made what? Maybe about $2 this month. But every time I drop a song, where am I telling y'all to go? Spotify. I'm promoting another platform just for me to have no money. No money. And I was gonna get pissed off, but I was like, you know what? Maybe this is God answering my prayers and telling me to go straight to consumer. So I'm finna put all my music on my Patreon. I'm gonna put it on Even. I got most of it on my Bandcamp, and y'all gonna have to purchase that shit, okay?
Hello.
I leave it up on Apple Music. Apple Music pays more, but Spotify pays the lowest anyway, so it ain't meant to be, girl.
Come on now. You know, look, sis, you know how proud I was that you did that video because it was at a time where a lot of folks weren't understanding the seriousness of it for artists. And for whatever reason, when it's, I think the approach, the delivery, and also like it being delivered, by a woman being delivered, I think it's received a much different way. I seen folks that was terrorizing me, sharing this video with me like, I kind of see your point now, Curtiss. I said, we saying the same thing. Yes, I'm like, we saying the same thing. It's like, well, I mean, she looked better. What you think my looks then? How about you mind the information that is in front of you? But I understand it. I'm not even mad no more. I understand it. It's like, sometimes this happens with us. We got to have the message delivered 4 or 5 times before we're like, you know what? My pop said this. Or you know what? My friend said this. And now I'm seeing it a different way. So I look at this and I'm like, I was so proud of you speaking on this because what this is going to do, because you touch such a wide segment of the audiences, you got them thinking about something that usually they don't even really, it's not an active thought in their head. They listen to your music on Spotify or Apple Music because that's what they do with everybody's music. But when you say that, now you're forcing them, the wafers who are already passionate to be in your support base, the ones who want to see you win, now they're asking themselves, is there more that I could be doing to support this person that brings me so much joy through content, so much joy through the music, understands where I'm coming from? Is there something I can do? what that does is it plants a seed where other people will have conversations, and there's a domino effect that leads to artists being paid what they should be paid. But anything you want to expand upon with this video? Like, I'm sure a lot has happened. This video came out some time ago.
Yes. So, well, first things first, Spotify put my music back up real quick.
Daniel Wick got nervous. He was like, hold on. You a little different. You got content and all that too. Yeah.
Man, people were tagging Spotify in the video on both Instagram and TikTok.
Oh, they made me sick.
Yeah,
Spotify made me sick because they synced that and was like, he just mad because he can't have braids down to the booty. That's why Daniel Egg mad he bald. That's why. If you wasn't bald, maybe he'd think differently about it. Daniel Egg, it ain't her fault that you're bald. It ain't her fault that you ain't got no necklace. It ain't your fault. But I'm sorry. So they put your music back up. Good for them. But at that time, you're already pivoting. You're already starting to do things like the Patreon and you're working with Even.
I'm already pivoting. That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. And the thing is, it's just like, I feel like people, you gotta, what's the saying? It's like, if you want different results, you gotta do different, right? And it's like, I'm learning from even other artists when I see their interviews, and, I just see, you got a lot of artists who are in debt. They're not happy. They're, this or that. And all of it comes from, the streaming, and they're putting out so much music that's ass because they gotta just, kind of just hit the quote. They gotta hit the quota.
How you really feel? I agree full-heartedly. I'm just saying, how you really feel about that? That's crazy.
Yeah, they gotta hit the quota. They gotta hit the quota. But it's like when it comes to creators like me who I'm doing this independently, and I'm like, okay, as a businesswoman, I see money coming in. I see a return on my content, but when it comes to music, that studio time, mix and mastering, we talking about music video. This is a money guzzler. You know what I'm saying?
It's a money guzzler. What are we doing?
What is we doing?
Hey, and look, I'll tell you this. When I came back to content, that was the first question. I talked to my homie yesterday. I said, when I came back from doing content as my primary focus and primary source of income, and I started coming back as a rapper, I said, the hell was I doing for the first X amount of years? I said, how rappers supposed to make money? I know it ain't from streaming. How we make it? So you gonna tell me ain't nobody buying no CDs? Well, they buying them from me because they autograph. It's still a product they're buying. They ain't buying no vinyls, or they're buying that merch, all that.
Exactly, literally that. And it's like, and that's what takes, that's the difference between an independent, like a successful independent artist and your typical, mainstream artist, because you have one, I feel like you have to have an independent artist who's, successful and they have their fan base. It's because of the value that they provide, the substance that they provide. And it's like people that's fallen in love with the brand that's going to support you and your movement, but a lot of times, we're getting shitty music because when you have a corporation that's just that gave you the money up front, now that of course you're entitled. Of course artists are walking around entitled because they didn't go to the people. They don't need the people. They need that label to keep funneling them funds because to them it's not about the fans. They're literally employed as a rapper, and literally how I was employed at my engineering company, and they paid me to do a job as a rapper. You don't want to do anything to piss your employer off. It's not about doing shit for the fans and about adding that value for the fans. It's okay, I got my money up front from this label. So what do you need me to do? What do you need me to talk about? How do you need me to dress? What do you need me to push?
That is such a good damn point. I never thought of it like that until you said that. Is such a great damn point. I like my head, that's one of the moments where I heard something and I'm like, oh shit, I gotta add that to a video, because that part right there explains why you get such shitty customer service from places that you ain't supposed to be eating there, but you get it there because it's their job, right? But in this space, I never thought about this for rappers being in that situation where they're signed and they already got their money, and the thing is, they don't even have no money left from what that initial signing bonus was or whatever deal they had, and now they're literally at a job that they hate. But it's a lot cooler than most folks because, hey, you get to rap for a living. But that gets old when you realize you don't get to make the music you want to make. You don't have the autonomy that Nilla has. You can't just get up and do you can't just do a live stream without talking to your PR, without talking to, somebody at the label about if it's okay for you to talk about certain things. You're always on call.
By that time, when they realize it, it's too late.
It's too late.
Yeah,
that's when they get to complaining. They get to complaining to us. Not you disrespecting me as a consumer, as a fan. Now you want to complain to me about your job? If you don't get your ass out of here, if you don't get your ass off my timeline with this shit.
Thank you. And that's like, and you gotta understand too, it's like we're all human. So before I was rapping, I was a fan. I was a fan of certain people, different people, and I see it too. I see it. It's like, okay, and also a little bit about me, like if I don't like how something's going, I'm gonna take it into my own hands. If I don't like the music, I'm not gonna sit and complain about how female rap is trash. I'm gonna make my own music that I want to bang in my car. And then if anybody else fucks with it, here you go. You got it. But the thing is too, it's like at this point, I'm grateful that I've been kind of creating content and building a relationship, this parasocial relationship with people online. So then when the Wafers do see a video like that, they understand because they know me. They know the person behind the music. So it's like they know I'm not going on there popping my gums because I got a beef with Spotify or a beef with, whatever. They know it's like I'm a regular ass girl who likes creating music, and they see that, and I'm, straightforward with them, and I talk to them as like a person, like another, I see them the same way that they see me. Yeah. Because again, these are people who have put money into my pockets. But when you have someone with the who's big and they getting their money from the label, then it's like, okay, well, they don't respect the people. They already they already got they head so big, and then it takes that next album to come out to flop, and then for everybody to be scrambling. And now it's, how do I be relatable? Now you see all the rap girls trying to do content. Let me stop.
Now you come back. now you come back out the room like when you was with your friends and you got a whooping. You come out the room and you what happened? I don't want to talk about it. We just gotta keep it down. We gotta keep it down in here. That's all I know. We gotta keep it down in here. And they come out on these timelines like, I just want to show the fans just how much I love them. What was that love at 2 months ago, before your label did you the way they did you? You know what I'm saying? Look, we know that you got to go eat something because I need to go eat something, and I got to do another live stream right up after this. But with that said, I got a few questions here because I'm sitting up here like they got this light shining, and I'm like, okay, I'm a little lightheaded. Cheryl T wants to know: Is there a wafer who has really shown support and encouraged you?
Now, Cheryl, you already know. You already see Cheryl want to get her. She want to get her way.
Don't do that, Cheryl. Ain't nothing wrong with that, Cheryl.
Ain't nothing wrong with that at all, Cheryl. When I tell you, like when it comes to the Wafers and my support, and it's crazy because it's like Cheryl's one of the people. She's the reason why I go live now on YouTube. And I listen to my fans. I listen to my Wafers, and the thing is, it's a lot of relationships, they say it's one-sided or, when it comes to entertainers and stuff, but it's like, I really be feeling like I have my relationship with my Wafers go 50-50. They tell me, girl, I think this is a good idea. You should do this. Maybe you should think about doing this. They push me out my comfort zone. Cheryl had me on YouTube Live for the first time in my life. She said, Nilla, and she's a Patreon Wafer. Right. She's on my Patreon. Cheryl and Jasmine, they run they the head Wafers in charge when it comes to Patreon. But they be letting me know the real, and they say like, girl, they push me out my comfort zone. And that's what I mean when I talk about my fan base, because it's the fact that, they're showing love and I'm open to receiving. And when they and I know it's in the best interest of the brand and in the best interest, of Nilla, and they're like, we want to see this, we want to see that, and they're pushing me out my comfort zone. And it's up to me as an artist and a creative to really lean into that growth. And and a lot of people don't listen to their fans or their audience, but to me, like You know what I'm saying? It's just like this is family. This is just family over the screen.
How you gonna ignore the people that you gonna turn around and ask to buy something from you?
Hello.
They don't get no input. You just show up and you I understand. Like Russ made an analogy where he was like, I'm the chef, and just like a chef, I give you a menu of items that you could choose from. I understand that, but you can't also turn your back entirely to the data that the people have been giving you. Imagine if you were like, I ain't gonna push, you know what I'm saying, booty down to the braids. Like I ain't finna do that. You know what? I'm gonna do something different. Actually, I'm about to get in my my boom bap bag, and I'm finna just like get real cerebral on them, and I'm finna just rap from like if you don't do your due diligence and recognize like the reason why they like this. Probably has to do with the personality, probably has to do with the colors, has to do with like, you know, all the different things that make up what your brand is. You gotta be aware. But the thing is, it's not even a matter of doing it like research. You care about this because this is your tribe. And you know your tribe don't want to see you lose. Yo, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, booty down to the braid. I'm sorry. That was Daniel Egg. That's that. I'm telling you, that's that hungry brain. I'm sorry. Please correct me. My brain needs some Chipotle. Go ahead. It's a Chipotle.
That's okay. And
I
you know
apologize.
What? Going, just to add, it's crazy because I remember, whenever I try something new, it's nerve wracking for me. But I'm open to trying new things. Just how y'all seen in that Japan video of me trying new foods. I'm open to trying new things. And I remember when I was getting on Patreon, and just having those thoughts of, oh my God, like, are people going to subscribe? Are people going to support me? When I tell you, Cheryl was one of my first paid wafers. And like, just how you were saying that one fan.
Michelle Land. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like Cheryl T and Jasmine. I'm telling you, they're my first wafers. We're building up the Patreon, and it's like just having Cheryl, like just having that one person spend that $5 on that tier. I'm like, okay, girls, because if Cheryl can come from YouTube onto the Patreon, that means we can get more people too. And it's just that added boost and that added confidence. Mm-hmm. And it's funny, she'll hit me up. I remember that was not too long ago. She'll hit me up, and I was about to go to sleep. I was on vacation actually. I was in Japan, and I was about to go to sleep. And I was like, oh, shoot, I didn't do my Patreon post today. And I was like, damn, I'm so tired. I'm going to go to sleep. And I was like, you know what? No, it takes me 5 minutes to make a post. Let me make this post. Mm-hmm. I made that post. Cheryl was the first one to comment. She was like, oh, my goodness, I was finna say, Nilla didn't post all day on Patreon. I was getting nervous. I said, girl, see, even me knowing that you're here waiting for me to, talk my shit, like, that is what I need.
We be needing that. We all as creators need that because it's sometimes where, it's a little different for me. I'm 4 months from 40, and I'm like the part of the 20-year-old is still in my brain, and he be slaving this older body of mine. That 20-year-old is in my. Don't spit that water. I'm gonna shut up. I tried. I didn't do nothing. I just be quiet. I was quiet.
You know what you did.
I try to look the other way. Look. Okay. I was about to say something wild too, because you for sure would have spit that water all over the camera if I say what I was gonna say. But it's like my younger self in my brain. Like somebody had a conversation with me, and it was funny because it was a younger gentleman that I was working with. That was like he was kind of like help assisting my business, and he said, "Do you think that if Dewan worked for Curtiss King, he would keep his job?" And that messed me up because I was like, Curtiss King be slaving Dewan and putting his body through hell, having him edit till 2 or 3 in the morning, be having him out here rapping and driving here and knowing damn well he ain't got the proper amount of sleep, be having him out here doing content. He said if Dewan worked for Curtiss King, would he keep that job? And that messed me up, Nilla, because I'm like, I wouldn't. I would have quit. This nigga's a maniac. I'm not doing that.
Never in my life heard of it like that. Put it like that. That's crazy. Yeah, that's definitely.
I say that to say that it gets different. Obviously, the older you get, it gets different. And now I'm having to. I don't have to. I get to be more conscious of these decisions because I'm like, oh, you gonna feel that in the morning. you know you're gonna feel that in the morning. Like being in front of this computer right now, there's a reason why I be getting my Stevie Wonder on sometimes, because I know in the morning, this neck, sciatic nerve, are you kidding me?
Yeah.
I ain't ever paid no hundreds and hundreds of dollars for a chair. I'm glad I did because of that right there. So it's like, it's stuff that I didn't even think about in my 20s because I was just ripping and running. It didn't care. But now I'm realizing with the nature of the work we're doing, we never really clock out unless we're conscious about clocking out.
Oh, that is so true. And man, that's probably the biggest thing I struggle with. I'm literally in the process of getting me on a new routine because I find myself, I mean, like it's literally nonstop work. And it's like, at the job, at the 9 to 5, after you clock out, you're free to do. Yeah, you're done. You're done.
Well, when I worked at Quiznos, I smelled like turkey ranch and Swiss when I left home. So I never really left work. That's the worst. That's the worst. You were working food?
Yeah.
You ever working
I haven't
food?
worked in food. I didn't work in food for that reason. Oh, that reason specifically.
It just follow you. It be in your shoes. I'll be like, why my shoes smell like pastrami?
And
ciabatta bread.
Yeah,
why does ciabatta have a smell? How do we know these things? What is going on here?
Yeah, see, no, I couldn't. I knew it would be all in my hair. I couldn't. I already knew. I was like, no, I'm not.
I ain't had them kind of problems, but you go ahead. You good. You ain't got to worry about it. That.
No, but that's real. That's real. So it's like, again, like I'll catch myself, midnight. I mean, I'll be editing, these vlogs. Oh my God, that Italy vlog. Ooh, it's like, I know y'all want the travel vlogs, but when I tell you, like, I will edit, I will not sleep, I will not eat. I will go through editing sessions on the vlogs. I will be so in focus. I'm like, I got to get this done. I got Cheryl waiting on me. I got my girl. And I got Jasmine. I got them over here on YouTube. I got them on TikTok. I got them on Instagram. I got the wafers over here. I need to be able to deliver. And I don't want them to, I don't want them to ever not be satisfied. So let me go. But Cheryl, she sent me a message the other day. She's like, girl, you got to prioritize your peace, prioritize your health. We will be here. We will be here.
Cheryl, you all right by me, Cheryl. You all right by me. Look, as I start to get accustomed with my first day of being a wafer and I look around the environment, I thank you for being a great tour guide, Cheryl. That's my corporate verse. That's my, when you first work at a job, the first day you a representative of yourself. Today, as I walk into this office building, I want to say thank you to everybody.
Yeah.
I appreciate you.
That's my girl.
Last question, and we both gonna get some food.
Yes.
My guy Toothless, Toothless edits all my videos. And man, he has a really great question for you. I think that it's gonna set the tone before we start to kind of make our exit. He says, was there ever a time you felt like you let your audience down? And if so, how did you deal with forgiving yourself and moving forward?
Honestly, there's never, no, I don't think so. There's never a time where I felt like I left you know what? The only time was that BET performance that I blasted on my social media pages. And people traveled to see me perform, and I didn't perform. And again, that was something that's out of my control. So, and the wafers, no, they didn't beat me up for it. I talked to people there. Fans were coming up to me. I thought you were going to perform. We had a whole conversation. They look at me like I'm the homegirl. Right. So, when it comes to moving forward from that, I mean, that was very easy. I did a video and I did the story time. So I let my people know, but also I'm always true to who I am. And I always, I'm an open book. So I think as long as, I never feel any pressure when it comes to like letting my people down or like, because I know that, I'm open and I'm honest, and I've never done anything to like, lie or deceive just for likes and views or sales. Sure. So since I'm always true to me and true to my brand and my people know who I am, really it was just because I know people's time is of the essence. So it was really just having all those people come out and I didn't get to perform. That was the biggest thing for me. But my people are always, they're understanding.
Samantha Ed just said, child, nothing with EBT Networks going as planned. It's going to go as planned. We knew that wasn't your fault. Hey, that's crazy. Hey, that's crazy. That's the way I want to end all my interviews. I need a Samantha edit comment like that at the end. That's how you put a stamp. That's how you put a stamp on it.
See, and that's how the wafers are. That's how the wafers. So it's always love. It's always love.
I love it. Okay, well, yeah, it's food time. But before we get up out of here, thank you so much. Like honestly, this the energy I always look forward to when I have interviews. I try to do my best to, reach out to people that I feel like are gonna have those real human conversations, and I feel like those are the ones that truly help. These DIYers that are out here. You're a DIYer yourself. We're supremely proud of what you continue to do. So I have a last question, but it's all packed into, what you have that you want to kind of promote or let people know about. But then the last question I have is, what are you most excited about that's coming up?
Ooh. Oh my gosh, there's so much to get into. Well, first of all, we're going to start off with Keep Streaming Booty Braids. The Booty Braids music video, because I'm a proud DIYer. So let's just say.
DIY.
Yeah. Let's just say Booty Braids music video is almost at 500,000 views.
Come on.
We didn't spend a penny on marketing. We didn't spend a dime on paid promo.
What?
This is all the algorithm, social media content. Me making good music, us putting out good content, and the algorithm has just been doing this thing. Booty Braids is in the algorithm.
Yeah.
So
why I add so many words to that, by the way? Why I said I'm thinking about the hook. That's why. It's just booty braids, Curtiss. Why you got so many necklaces, Curtiss? I'm sorry. Go ahead. I'll add so many damn words to it.
Yes.
But that's how you know you did your job. I remember the chorus more than the actual title. That's crazy.
Yes. Exactly. So we love that for us. Definitely subscribe to the Patreon. Okay. So the Patreon is where I'm selling my music, my content. Become a wafer. That's where, you can, the Patreon is a place for us wafers to frolic behind the scenes. You know what I'm saying? Because we need a safe space. Yeah. For the wafers, for us to commune. So that's kind of where you can get to know me on a more personal level. Come on and join the Patreon. I really want to shout out Cheryl and Jasmine because they've just helped me so much navigate, even with this new era of YouTube. Right. Like when I tell you, I'm so excited to get the YouTube going too, because I know that I have the subscribers and the, whatever, but it's just like, I'm excited for the vlogs and the creativity and, the content and everything that's going to come when it comes to the YouTube. I'm going live more, and that was something very, very, very big for me because live was so scary. Going live is just so scary
for you.
So that's why I'm like,
for you it was scary, really?
My girl.
For you? But you do this. You're improv.
Nilla is a little bit of a control freak, so I like editing. I could edit out what I want to edit. I could kind of make my own story. I know the finished product. You too loud. When it comes to live, people be. You too loud in here. I need you to stop saying my inside thoughts like that. I need you to chill out, okay? This whole thing about being controlling, this is what makes us geniuses. But you can't tell these people that because they gonna start judging us differently. I'm sorry. Go ahead. I had to let go some of my control. I had to let go. I know because it's that perfection. It's that perfectionist. I'm a recovering perfectionist. So when it comes to the content, I could edit, I could snip, I could tuck. When it comes to certain things I don't want in the video. Yeah. But when it comes to live, ain't no telling what's gonna happen. What I'm saying? Yeah. I ain't got no control over the situation.
I love it because that be me for sure. I was trying to guide somebody last night, guide the homie through. He had like a bunch of space at the end of his YouTube video. I said, I probably shouldn't know all of this, but you can edit that video inside of YouTube internally in case you want to get rid of some things inside the video. Yeah, I know that, but I just need you to stop being so loud with these inside. These people's listening right now, and you got to be careful. It is, but see, that same thing people think is crazy is the same thing that like makes us work at a way that is like, it's so what's the word I'm looking for? It's so extraordinary because the work we do is extraordinary. It's nothing normal about what this is. And I just hope that you're taking time to give yourself that credit because I know that go mode for you looks different to other people than it does for you. There's probably things you're looking at and saying, I could be doing this and I probably could do this. But it's like, nah, like you're trailblazing. And this is probably why you're going to come in contact with the type of difficulties you are, because you're the first one out here. It's hard being the first. I know why people follow. This leading shit ain't easy.
Hello.
Come on.
Hello.
But
I remember I heard a quote just real quick, just to get this out, because I heard a quote. I can't even remember exactly how it was, but it was something along the lines of, you can't look to what everybody else is doing because God might be leading you to do something that's never been done before.
Ooh, chill out. Not you ending on the same fire you started with 5 seconds into the interview, dropping chips. One more time for the people in the back who was like, it was in their phones. What you say?
Hello. You can't look at everybody else and repeat what they doing and just do what you see, because God might be working through you in a different way. And in order to allow him to work through you, you're gonna have to do some things that you ain't never seen before. Yeah. That's when we talk about becoming the new blueprint. You know what I'm saying? You might just be the new blueprint.
So you about to have Curtiss King slaving DeJuan like, you hear that? You hear that? You hear what she just said? You hear what she just said? Now get here and edit these videos, DeJuan. I don't want to edit these videos. I want to take a nap. That's what I want to do.
Exactly. But rest is a part of the process too. Rest is a part of the process.
It is. To me, I started looking at it like it's an important ingredient in all of this stuff. But first of all, round of applause for all the stuff that you've been doing, the gems you dropped today. We appreciate you like no other. Where can people reach out to you? How would you prefer? What platform? I got your links in the description, by the way, but what's, I guess, your preferred one if people want to reach out to you? Because I see a gentleman here who said that he's Beyonce's producer's assistant, and he wanted to reach out. So how can someone reach out to you if they want to conduct business with you and come correct for sure?
Definitely. So email, you can definitely my Instagram is the main platform at official.nilla. If you want to speak business, I have my email in the bio, so you can just send me an email. You can DM, but the only thing is, the DMs be flooded sometimes, and I don't be getting to everything. But
tight shit. What can I say? I mean, there's a lot of people that want to talk to me. Don't want to send me an email. What you want me to do? I'm sorry for shining this bright as I shine. This is not the life that I asked for. It's the life that asked for me. Yeah, what do you want me to do?
You are so funny. But yes, I do have. I'm making sure that sure. Email is updated too. Yes, okay. So you could definitely hit me in my email.
And all that stuff is in the description. We appreciate you so much. Whatever you need, anytime that you on a campaign, whenever the project, whatever is dropping, you let us know. You always got a home here. Plus, not to mention, like I'm a new Wafer out here. You feel me? Like,
yes, period.
It's still my first day.
I saw in the comments too. I got a new Patreon subscriber. Love you so much. I cannot wait to send you the message, because I send a message to all my new subscribers. So you're gonna have a message from Nilla coming soon. But I guess thank you so much, Curtiss. This was so much fun, and thank you for opening up your platform.
Always. Come on. All right, time to eat now. Time to eat. Yeah. We look all this personality that you getting. You lucky you getting this, because I know how I am when I get on E. When I start getting towards that E, it's like rappers and music producers.
Yeah, it's time to get him some food.
Some food. One more time, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for joining us. This video will stay up. I will get to time stamping this after my next live stream, but all the information is in here. Thank you so much. Y'all have a good one.